Yeah, they're a they just have the same icon as a yeah, they have the same icon as like a trade league, if you know what I mean. They're called the Caravansary Caravan Coalition. They're so bad. What? Oh yeah, also I noticed that the Fallen Empire, apparently they must have used like an L gate somewhere that I didn't know about, and they've come up down the south of my empire, and they've taken the damaged ring worlds, the bastards. But it's fine. Like there's a defense station in Yerdra, which should hopefully delay them long enough for one of my armies to make it over there. So yeah, I'm ready unless you need to like get your bearings. Yes. Yeah, I thought what it was gonna happen was the like I actually thought that it was like okay, well, you're gonna be less powerful economically than in the than like pre this patch, if you know what I mean. But no, that's only kind of true for like the early game. In the late game, like fucking like if I really wanted to, I could generate like 10,000 minerals, but it would just all go to waste, you know? I do feel like they because unless I can just like can I just like literally turn a planet into storage, like just to have nothing but storage thingies on there? Just that might be worth it for me. Okay, if because if they're not limited to one, then that might be something that I might want to do. Okay, hold on. I think I'll settle the status quo on these guys because it seems to be pretty good. Both sides seize occupied claims. The defenders have no claims. If I'm interpreting this properly, so peace another time. Oh god, that is a fucking ugly ass adjusted border.
So many fucking refugees from your war, bro. Here, you can have multiple resource silos.
Lovely. Okay, hold on. So for some fucking reason, right? The status quo did not give me the connecting systems. Which is like, okay then. So I've got their capital, but I don't have the thingies. Okay, so how are my claims still there? Yeah, my claims are still there. That's really strange. Okay.
Did you occupy them?
Yeah, I definitely did. I like occupied everything and more, if you know what I mean, of what I wanted. So for some reason, like that didn't go through. That was a little bit odd. Like I mean, it didn't. It's not like it said them in the peace deal or anything, and then didn't do it. Like I'm sure it also like didn't give me them in the peace deal, if you know what I mean. But like I just didn't expect like because I was like constantly doing like a double take, being like, well, what am I not getting? Because I like occupy everything, right? And I was like, well, I see that I get the capital and such, so it's like I was just like, oh, well, whatever. Oh, I don't really mind too much. It's just a little bit odd that like I was thinking that they would not give me their capital, and then because of some arbitrary ruling about like you can't have the capital or whatever the fuck, but no, they just don't give me the connecting systems, which is interesting. Okay, so now that population is I think it's like let me look at the oh hey look those are there's refugees from um it's refugees from like the people that I exterminated beforehand. Uh okay, set rights. I'm just gonna displace them. Do you want them?
No.
No, you don't want refugees.
No, I'm fucking. Yeah, you sent me a lot of refugees already. I'm like,
All right.
they're getting the get the fuck out treatment.
It's like slaves. Like why would I want slaves? Oh, they're uplifted. So they're better at surviving in Tomb World, so it doesn't fucking matter to me. None of these pops are super fantastic. More importantly, they're not robots, so who cares? Set rights. Undesirables. Actually, can I just set default rights to rather than slaves undesirables? There you go. Just gotta make sure these guys get purged. Oh, they did have robots. Oh no. Okay, well. Oh, well. I can't sell those robots as slaves. Well, shit. Can I just sell them? Because it won't even let me sell the things. Okay. Robot. Put on market. There you go. Son of a bitch. Size 20 Gaia world, huh? So what is this? New Stellaris is a sector. Means a governor. Are you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm back now.
Okay. Alright, well I get 500 energy for putting all these guys in the oven. All these aliens.
Nice.
I'm also gonna like let the sector take care of it. And just focus them on manufacturing. Yeah, so I can't like they don't like use the what they themselves generate. Like they just you have to literally give them your resources.
Wait, what?
You have to literally give the sector your resources in order to let them do things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I would think.
All right. Like they seem to have like fucking made the sectors like way worse in terms of like feedback because it used to also be like, okay, this is what the sector is going to do, you know, that kind of stuff.
But right now, the
Yeah.
sector won't do anything if I don't give it resources.
I think so. I think it just won't do anything yet.
Oh, good. That's how I wanted.
Okay. Could you buy those 3 robots, please?
Oh, 3. There's 6 here.
Uh, fucking. Some of them must not be mine then, I guess.
It
No, mine are the ones that look like little construction thingies. They don't look like insects. If that helps.
No, because there's. Fucking, I don't really want to like spend a whole bunch of time with this.
There we go. They're gone. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the sector seems to like build stuff. Like, they seem to do things, which is nice.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Alright, let's see if I can turn this fringe planet into just a storage place. That would be funny. Because storage silos are also cheap to build. Okay, that's good. Alright, so if only that you could do that for space stations, but at least you can like, alright, so here is the planet that just is like a place for me to keep my garbage. Yeah, I've noticed that you guys are not super enjoying being on this planet. Don't worry, you won't be there for long. I'm fucking putting the machine world concrete over it, you know? I've also got like a Gaia world that I'm colonizing that I'm gonna pave over with machine doohickeys. Yeah, 'cause go fuck yourself, organics. This is the price you get for fucking building robots that I can't amalgamate for some reason or like do anything with. Fucking should have just. I should have researched like colossal titans or whatever the fuck, or whatever, or like the colossal project, just so that I could get like a planet destroying weapon, just to blow up that 20 size 24 Gaia world, just to show him that I don't give a fuck.
Fuck?
But what?
Out of food or anything.
Oh shit. Oh, what? I'm out of food, or what are you?
What happened to the deal?
No, the deal still. Oh, did the deal stop? Fuck me. I think the deal just expired, literally. Okay.
Oh man, it's been 3 years. Yeah, it did not take long to run out. Or like that.
Shit. I can't. Apparently, I can't because I'm fucking apparently feeding all those people that I'm trying to kill, which you think we would have worked out being robots. That's not the best way to kill people. Desirables. worst part is there's like a fucking billion like generations of these dudes, or so it's like, oh yeah, this is like the one that has this trait. This is the one that has this trait. So you have like fucking 5 different subspecies of like this one guy. I know I didn't take the determined exterminator, but this is not really like it's very much like I think the determined exterminators are just the guys that have like the bad PR or whatever the fuck, because this is pretty much the same thing. Oh yeah, they're fucking taking these frogs are fucking taking the piss, right? Like so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versions of them, and like most of them have just one in it, if you know what I mean.
So,
Yeah, like if you want to make the deal again, go for it, but I can't give apparently more food monthly than I'm making, and I'm only making like 140 surplus food because these fuckers have decided that they are apparently allowed to eat.
it's like a fucking, what? You're giving some Jews food? Like, what the fuck? We're all going to gas chamber otherwise, right?
Oh my god, and they seem to like switch back to there's some serious fuckery going on. Unless I'm like I just missed those guys, but like they seem to like switch back to amalgamated intermittently, but okay, now they're definitely all undesirables now. And the default rights are undesirable, so any conquered peoples in the future I won't have to like bother trying to micro.
No refugees either.
All those fertile lands, the machine tarmac generation. Okay, let's see. Digit claims. Right. I drink your wormhole. I drink it up. I really don't have like I'm not like fanatic xenophobe or anything, so like it's quite expensive for me to actually make claims on people.
Yeah, same. Especially at war.
Yeah, but I guess that kind of goes without saying. Let's see the. I didn't even think I like could get like an empire ability that deals with that. No, I guess I should have like rather than taking increased edict duration, because I was like, it was the main reason why I took that is so that it wouldn't have to be fucking bothered by it so often, you know. So instead of taking that, I probably should have taken like the Galactic Conquest one, um, which makes my claims 20% cheaper. But hindsight. Anyway, what was it?
Yeah, I still have not picked my last two because of that fact.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of tempted to pick the planet killer weapons now.
Just for the meme.
I mean, are you with me or what?
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to kill everyone.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what am I gonna? I'm gonna be like, no, Pilar, we have to occupy everything. No, you can just like it's actually probably more unless you like need to do something unless you need to own a planet to kill it or something like that.
No, no,
Like,
no, no. It takes a fucking while though. It's what
yeah, because yeah, then that way you don't have to like spend influence to like claim like their colonies or whatever the fuck. You can just blow up their shit.
it also isn't that hard to like. Well, you still need to spend influence to like claim the systems. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, what you do? Like, I'm like, oh, what you don't want to like build a fucking um strategic coordination center on top of like a black hole.
Are you supposed to?
Oh shit, we're paused? Fuck me. No, I'm really not doing anything. So you can unpause. Now let's play Where Can I Build This? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Fucking apparently you can't build it like just anywhere. You have to build it in Like, fucking, do you have any idea how hard it is to get planning permission in space, I guess? I don't know, like, what the fuck? You think you can just build wherever you want? Just because you own the place? It's an anomaly that I haven't researched yet. Might as well research it. Okay, I can give you 300 food again.
Oh no, I've been robbed by the caravan. Fucking gypsies.
Can you, like, this is like very annoying. Like, I just want to build another strategic coordination center. I have no idea like what the criteria are for. Let me just pause. Maybe it's like because it's a fucking bug or something. Because it doesn't like let me know where it can be built. Huh. Hold on. Let me just look it up on the wiki. Because it's not like, oh, this is only a one-time unique thing. Maybe it is, but I'm not sure. Nope, I can't really. It doesn't look like the Stellaris wiki or anything's updated yet about it, so. Shit. Well. Because I really just want. I just want more, like, force limit, if you know what I mean. I don't really want anything else. Ring world can be built.
So you can
Dyson world can be built. Sentry ray can be built. Science nexus can be built. Okay, so I guess it just doesn't. It either just assumes that like you know, because some Starbase network and defensive abilities. It doesn't let you know that you can only have one of those, so that's legit. It doesn't gray it out either. Mega Art installation site that can be made. Stellar assembly line cannot be built. Why would anything be straightforward, am I right? They're like, okay, so you can't do this, and I'm like, why not? Fucking question marks.
we say so.
Yeah. It's like, I can't build the interstellar assembly line. I can't apparently build another thing that gives me 225 fleet capacity because I kind of wanted that, if you know what I mean. Because now I have to build fucking starports or whatever they're called. And we all know how little clicks you need to do that.
Isn't it 3 per?
Starbase, oh god. No. You have to do like 9 clicks, and if you want like an additional module on it or whatever the hell, it's extra, so you're at like, 10 clicks or something. And because you can't stack the clicks, you have to like, it's like even more because you have to like come back to it. Because I could build like a lot more star bases because the strategic coordination center dealio, but you know, fuck me. Do I want to? Yes. Can I be asked to click this many times? Probably not. I'll try. God, their planets are so bad. It's like a size 13 planet, right? Which I know it doesn't sound like it doesn't blow your dick off, but like I've got size 14 planets that are literally like that produce 3,000 science, you know? Like and like the fucking this is one of the size 13 planets belonging to the AI. Hold on, let me see. Pretty sure you can see. How much science? No, it's a pretty science-heavy world. It produces about 40 science in total. That's all three of them summed up together. Yep. Oh, it went up slightly. It produces like did it go up slightly? Yeah, it produces 32 now. And 43 unity and 10 food. You know, at least they tried.
This is a sector of yours, right?
No, that's a these are like hostile planets. Like I'm just looking at like planets belonging to other empires, if you know what I mean, that are within my scanner range, so that I can see what's on them. And let me tell you, their fucking planets are not fantastic.
It's like one of mine thing. Size 23, 51, and let's see what he actually has. The civilian release, it's a lot of polar theaters. I think they add both many theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were doing so good. Remember, like when we were just kind of like starting, they were like keeping up with us like, economically, if not outpacing us, and then they just stopped. Yeah. Oh, look, here's like a the robot world. These motherfuckers have like oh my god. So these Jesus, how do I even start? So like 12 of their this is 12, no, this is 11. So 11 of their building slots are hydroponic farms for robots, by the way. These are robots. It's an agri world, as it would be, you know. It produces a solid minus 98 food, or 90 food actually. Oh, it does actually have a no. It has robots on it, but it does have like a majority population organics on it. So, but it's still like, cause it's like fucking 100% deviancy and no stability. Okay, well this might be because this empire is just fucked because they're like an AI empire trying to rule over organics, if you know what I mean. So these guys might be a bad example. They might just be like literally dead in the water. Let's look at like the guys that I just attacked. Let's check some of their planets. They're kind of a little bit better, but still not great. Like this is a size 24 fucking tropical world, right? And they've only built 10 things. They've got 61 population. They have space to build like an additional 9 housing districts. They don't. They currently have 10 unemployed and are overcrowded. It's like, yeah.
AI wastes too much of their resources on the market, right? And then they can't use them effectively elsewhere.
Could be. Could be that the AI just uses the market to try and like get ahead because it's easy to write like a buy high, buy like high, sell high, buy low kind of AI, if you know what I mean. But yeah, no, their planets are absolutely horrendous. Um, yeah, they don't make use of the trade too well. Like they've got planets that have like 50 trade. It's like, yep, that's that was good. Like fucking 10 years into the game. Yeah, their populations are about 50. So I think literally if I gave one of my planets independence, right, like a decent one, it would be as strong as like the empires that we're currently facing.
And that is, my friends,
quite sad. It's pathetic. Oh my god. Well, oh no, that's I did that. Okay, I was about to say like holy shit. Why is there so many pops? All right. So I have a there's this size 20 world that I'm currently converting into a machine world, and it's just acting as a storage silos. But in doubt, just storage silos. Okay, this is like a forge world. There's a lot of population, not a lot of jobs.
Well, it takes a while to like find the difficulties or the weaknesses of this expansion. I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was kind of expecting the AI to not like I wasn't like really expecting the AI to like do things super competently, right? So I was kind of expecting something like this. Not quite to this extent, but like I was not surprised. Or I am not surprised that the AI is completely not built to handle this well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it is very like it is very complicated because the reason we can build like really good economies is because we can be like, okay, well, I know what my empire needs. I can like build this planet to do this purpose, this planet to do this purpose, this planet to do this purpose, and we can like be like 1,000 in the negative, just knowing that on the other side will be a superior economic structure, and the AI is just kind of like, lol, well, we're not dying, so.
Because I don't know, I can't maybe ops to like conquer everything. Is that
No,
the main goal for this?
it's not really possible to like destroying everything seems more sensible, really. Uh,
Yeah, but let me tell you, if I knew they had to like put in build assembly yards, it takes like 3 years.
yeah. Yeah, no, because it's like it costs me way more influence to try and like conquer like crappy systems, and really all that it does for me is it just like makes my research worse, and like um I just have to like wipe the slate clean with whatever the hell they've built on their planets anyway. Like the only meaningful conquest I did was when I took over the Fallen Machine Empire that had like three that has like three damaged ring worlds, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the fleet force limit thingy was it kind of doesn't show properly when you're like 1,000 out of like 900.
Okay, so what does it mean like that? By the way, each soldier provides 4 naval capacity.
Each soldier, what?
Yeah, if you build those bunkers, I think.
Oh my god, really? I did not know that. Well, that is kind of a game changer.
Yeah, I don't know if it is entirely, but yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, let's face it, I don't need fucking any resource. Like, I really don't need any resources at this point. Like, I have so much that I literally have a planet that's like a size 20 that could be used for like anything else, but it's just used to store my resource silos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, put it this way, like, I really need the naval capacity because even though I'm rich, like, I can't, like, I wouldn't be able to deal with like 400 times maintenance, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I just like looking at the economy score thing, like, cause I'm gonna be real with you, I've not been managing it effectively for like a long ass time, but I'm just happy that it's 20 fucking thousand economy strength.
Yeah. We still gotta like knock them down though.
Yeah, it's like because they just got like fucking points for like I guess their tech and their ships killed in crisis, which makes them makes them fucking higher. I've got a truce with them though at the moment, so
Did you reinforce theirs?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, cause I attack their little fucking hug box. Thieves taking my 200 energy. You bastards. If you, I think it's like if you have utopian standards, like unemployed generates science, so you can actually have like quite a bit of unemployed, and I don't think unemployed get unhappy either.
okay, maybe.
Like that's because I pretty much that the trade empire that I built was built around from the start of the game having utopian who's and what's it utopian thing, and it worked quite well. Like I hadn't hit like a point where I couldn't do anything. So
something he's got. Alright. Virtual. Actually, that's both.
I make 14,000 research, and I've like stopped researching, or well, not stopped researching, and I've like stopped like trying to invest into it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I have one planet doing research and everything else is it just one planet? Like worlds. Let's see.
I have one, two,
Yeah, my tech
three.
world is able to researching right now.
I've got
You can like from my planet temples give me research as well.
yeah, I have three knowledge worlds as I call them.
And you produce how much in total?
In total, I produce 14,000. Like the three, like my home world produces 600 in total. The knowledge worlds produce like 3,000 and like 100 or whatever the hell. A piece. Like there are like some of them are a little bit worse than others, but that's kind of the general gist. Like there's some that are like generator worlds that have a little bit of like research on them because at the time that was like just the only thing that I had that like needed to be done because I didn't have the minerals to like make alloys. But now I make like 1,000 alloys per thing. Well, not quite, but close. Yeah, 4 forge worlds. Actually, do I have 4 forge worlds? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I do. But I also have like what I fucking call a factorix, which is like the effectively a forge world, but on a ring world.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's not actually the best one. The best one is still OG Forge World. If you're just it makes 177 alloys, and that's with like crime and shit happening on it, or deviancy, deviancy, yeah, because of like the unemployment.
there's 10 systems within my starting, what's it called? Sector? Yeah. I was like, well, I might as well stay like colonizing walls, because then I can like fucking keep tabs and
Oh, well, some of my ships have been upgraded. That's a command I put in fucking 700 years ago.
wondering, like, oh my god, it's
What did you make?
like a Colossus.
Alright.
Oh yeah, it costs 7,500 energy to use, but it takes 90 days to charge up, and I have 30 days to fire. Just in case he goes, this is like a quick and easy thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be like that with how slow everything is in the game, if you know what I mean. So I'm not too fussed about it.
And it takes 2,880 days to build as well.
Yeah.
So like almost 10 years to build.
Yeah.
Or actually over 10 years to build.
I have 520 administrative cap, baby. Yeah, the only people that like the racket or whatever the hell, the little like tiny animals that are psionic, like are they part of your population or
Psionics? What?
there's like there's like creatures called the racket, which are like the second most or the third most popular species in the world.
No, I'm the Neotis.
Yeah.
The Racket are like, I think they spawn from the caravans or something like that.
Oh, do they? Oh, actually, it's kind of like the numbers are a little bit skewed because like there's like the subspecies are not counted, if you know what I mean. So like the Huron have like, oh my god, look at that shit. If you go to like the speed, oh my god,
They're all the same, basically.
fuck.
I think it's like why the game is so fucking slow, because AI is probably like doing this a billion times.
Yeah. It's like if you look at the heat map of the fucking galaxy, you know, you'll note that like the population is concentrated in like our empires, and then everywhere else is just ice cold.
But there is a heat map.
No, there is no heat map, but if there were to be a heat map, then because in total, let's see what my empire pop is in total. It's like I'm not gonna count the organics that I'm currently processing, some of which are psychic. Well, they didn't fucking see that coming, did they? In total, like my real pops are like 2,500. And if you, I am not even at fucking carrying capacity for a lot of my planets.
No, 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 mine neither. I don't have a single plan that's like above capacity. even though I've been plowing people into it.
I do have some with unemployment, but none with like none that have like no more space to grow. Cause I'm just like I fucking like I'm not gonna turn off like the population growth on like the planets that don't have any more that like necessarily don't need it, right? Because like um I need pops, and even if that means that like I just like my empire takes such a fucking efficiency hit from this, right? Because um I lose out on like, well, actually it doesn't matter that much anymore because super late game like 20% doesn't matter anymore because 20% is not actually 20%, if you know what I mean, because of all the stacking modifiers. But so I'm taking like massive penalties for having like so many overpopulated and like so much overpopulation and unemployment. But then like pause once every like 2 or 3 hours or whatever the hell when I've got like 20 population that is unemployed, and then bam, like move them all to a place that needs developing. Which I think your organic who's and what's it's are a little bit better about that because the presumably the places that have like not a lot of place to grow won't grow that hard, and the places that do get a lot of immigration. Let's see if I can actually like check that in like one of your places. Oh, I can't. Damn. I like how you named your Ring World place Ring World.
Yeah. Thinking that it's copyrighted, okay?
So did you start with a ruined Ring World, like right next to your capital?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a little bit bullshit, but
Well, I mean,
yeah,
it's
well,
just like RNG,
yeah. It shows how much it fucking mattered in the end,
Well, it allowed me to like start building ring worlds like way earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know.
could have mattered.
Mattered. Not as much as it probably could have.
Ring World section restored. Yeah, there is a lot of RNG in this game when you think about it.
Yeah, it really is. Like, especially the fucking
Oh, I still can't believe they fucking added that to the game. They need to like play. Paradox needs to like play Stellaris competitively like way more often, and then they might fix some shit.
pirates in space.
No,
See
gee.
how many they are.
Two.
They're getting fucking.
200 lol or whatever.
500.
Oh my god. Why even bother to show up, pirates? Come on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like a gang war is escalated into square.
Fuck. That is kind of like the equivalent of like a gang war escalating into the ocean, isn't it?
Like in GTA,
Pretty much like start shooting at each other, like on like while driving cars. One of the cars drives onto a ferry, and that's how it starts. You know.
it's like fucking, it's not Police Academy, or is it?
I don't know what police can.
What's the Naked Gun? You know, the opening scene, it's kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like, fucking sirens are going around, and it's like suddenly like dragging the fucking laundromats and shit.
The
It's like, oh my god, oh, this is so really gonna be beat before I get there.
I kind of wish I could just like tell the tell just build like some. I just build the fucking like. I go into the fleet manager. I just build my fleets, and then I just tell the AI to like just go nuts, like fucking kill the enemy for me. So much influence per system to claim. It's insane. Oh, I'm just gonna experiment with something for like a little bit, just for like my own memeage. Right, so that not costs that much. Hmm, almost, I think. Yeah, it's almost. You can almost like you can almost like I feel like if the market fee was like a little bit lower, so if you could like stack that with something else, you could almost just like sell something in bulk, buy it back, or like buy something, then sell it, and then make your money back, and a little bit on top.
Is it that easy? Like,
Yeah, because well, almost it feels like it is effectively. That's the best way I can put it. Like you don't really lose a lot of money for doing it, if you know what I mean. Now you can try it as well. I can just try a little bit with minerals. Like it's gonna like sell a little lower. Yeah, it will. And buy. Now the price for minerals is way higher, and now it's back down to nothing. So then I can buy it again for 2,000, right? Presumably, does that work? Yeah, it does. Then I can sell it for 10,000. Then I can buy it again. Then I can sell it. Then I can buy it again.
pay attention, children.
Then I can sell it. If it wasn't for the lag, I'd be able to do this and just immediately make maximum money. Yeah, I can literally fly. I can just buy minerals, sell them, and I make about like 5,000 energy profit for doing nothing. Yep. Economics, baby. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely some fucking issues here. I think that's definitely what the AI is doing too, right? Hence why it like fluctuates like that. Did you just try that?
Wait,
No, I like you're not wrong, Plarn. It works like that, and it's so dumb.
oh wait, I don't have capital. Wait, I gotta sell again. So, yeah, what a good money kid.
Yeah, the main problem is that just the fact that they just let you sell 10,000 at like the lowest cost, you know.
Yeah.
And I think like it's a just like I don't know how the like I think it's like because it's obviously uh I don't think it actually keeps track of the amount of minerals that are in the system, if you know what I mean. And if it does, then it's like the price is changing too much. Like it's way too unstable, right? Like whatever formula they're using for it. Like they need to tone that formula down like by like 10 times, so that you'll be selling like let's say you sell like minerals like in 10,000, like the price should go down by like, 0.2, not like oh, literally it goes from being worth uh 25 cents to $3 on a dime, you know?
Well, we know how to like win the MP now.
Yeah, just infinite. Like I feel like you can only do that like when you have enough when you reach critical mass, because obviously like the profit is less with like 1,000 and like 5,000. But once you get like 1,000 of that, you can definitely just beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, and then you have like max money, and then you can. It doesn't work with other goods too well, if you know what I mean. Like I tried it with like alloys. It doesn't work too great with those. Like let me just buy like some alloys that gonna cost me 40. Actually, let me just sell some alloys. I don't know. First I need to buy for 40,000. Yeah, with alloys it doesn't work. With alloys you actually lose money. But with fucking that shit you don't. With minerals you don't. How did this not get found out in testing?
Shh. Shh. Only tears now, Kyle.
Like who's the fuck is there like QA that this doesn't
It's
like
just like some asshole is like, need my movement PGs.
like seriously like fucking if we as like non QA people, right, can fucking get to the bottom of this in like one long play session, right? Why not anyone else? Like that would be the first thing when you put something like a market like this in the game. The first thing is to see whether you can just fucking meme it like easily, if you know what I mean. And it's very easy. You know, you just buy mineral sell, and then there you go. You've made your money. Maybe because I think the problem is that they just don't test the late game. They're like, they test it early game, and it's like, yeah, no, this looks fine, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'd take a lunch break, guys.
Yeah.
Sounds
All
good.
right, guys, we almost worked 4 hours today. Let's
Yeah,
let's
man.
let's call it a day. Let's not overwork ourselves here.
Everyone,
Hmm.
take time, take time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you too, fucker.
Probably should not put like my storage planet on like the planet with like the most unrest in the population that's about to like get wiped out.
Oh, why not,
Well, I mean, I just figured there'd be a lot of residences available used to use for storage, you know. But unfortunately, they end up vandalizing my beautiful storage buildings. And like the AI just gives gifts. Like I don't understand. Like I mean, I guess it's better than them like just only being useless assholes to you all the time. But like they're like, oh, let us just like placate you. They're like, here, have some this pathetic like fucking empire, which has 862 population. So you'd think they'd actually be decent. Um, is like, okay, let's give us our hard-earned cash. You clearly fucking need it. I mean, the Sacred Tricon Council has an economic strength of 5,000, which would be quite high considering that's like half your economic strength, right? So where are those guys? But they are pathetic. Oh, I fought them actually. I mean, they're still shit. Like they must not even have citadel tech because they don't have any citadels, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think what ends up happening is because they just overexpand and they don't let their tech catch up, and they never like focus tech in any way, shape, or form. So they just like they must be. Are you? Oh my god. Then how are they like I wish I could like use I have like better sensors that I could like see what they're doing.
Someone's complaining that like robots are nearly worthless.
Well, maybe the robots are, but not the machine empires. If what are they getting at?
One of my plans in this crime, 3% mind you, has a travel advisor. So don't go there, hide your kid.
I'm in the wrong fucking thing.
a slight. It's just a tinge, right? But I have a feeling that
Yeah.
the immigration mechanics makes pops grow faster than they should.
It is like supposed to be like, because if you're like nomadic, then you effectively, if I'm interpreting it properly, then you're getting pops out of fucking nowhere pretty much, because you get more pops than leave, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm just like in talking in the general strategy. I have no idea if like what I'm suggesting is reasonable or not. Because like with the no more than 3 player allies, like if uh if just the strongest players just ally with each other, it's just a curb stomp, you know. Like, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking try and fight the strongest, like, or two of the strongest players with like, you know, fucking 3 weaker players. Like, fucking, that's not gonna work, unfortunately. It also like I also would like it so that you know you need to break up your alliances if you know if you're effectively if you and your buddy are in the top 3, you and your buddy need to split up.
And when they play E4, they have the no more than these 2 great power allies.
Yeah.
Which I think makes more sense.
Well, it's pretty much just something along those lines of like because you kind of want it to be in a it's like somewhat strategic, right? Because if like somebody comes out ahead, um like you could, I guess you can only have like, you can only really have one big player per alliance is kind of what I'm kind of like trying to get at, if you know what I mean. Uh, so like if you were the strongest, uh, you want weaker allies, so you know you can keep them as allies longer and you can like feed them up a little bit. And you know, if you're like vying to be the strongest, you don't want to necessarily ally, or you're not allowed to ally with anyone that's like too strong. I don't know. It's a fucking weird rule to deal with, and I'm a little bit like tired, so I have no idea if it makes a lot of sense. But effectively, it's just to prevent like the game being over real quickly.
People fucking rage quitting after like 2 days.
Yeah, because it was like in one of the in like the follow up, because effectively this is what fucking happens like almost all the time, right? Is uh like fucking somebody like mbets or whatever will get ahead and they'll be in very dominant position, and then like you'll like I'll be like trying to form like a coalition against them or whatever the fuck, and then people will like give up like fucking immediately, and the next session just half the people will be there, if you know what I mean. And the game, you win the game because everybody else doesn't want to play anymore. But yeah, then you also have to like worry about the not alliances, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're being attacked, well, someone's gonna take it this opportunity to attack in return, or like, stab them in the.
Yep. but it's kind of hard to enforce that sort of shit. So yeah, because like it's hard to it's because I'm either of the opinion you either have zero rules, right, or you have like some really well set up rules. And I think like a game like Hearts of Iron is much better suited for this sort of thing. But in Stellaris, you have to kind of um, force balanced alliances. It would kind of be like kind of the thing is yeah. So and you don't want the rules to be too complicated. You don't want the rules to be like, well, the sum of your total economic power cannot be twice as much as like the next alliance block or whatever the fuck, like some kind of weird rule like that.
Or just like, make it so everyone has to be a Stellaris swarm, No one can make any alliances at all.
Yeah, but then you have like the indirect alliance, which is like the main issue. Is like how do you stop that? How do you stop like the well, I'm not officially allied with you, but I'll attack anyone who attacks you kind of deal.
Time to crack some heads. Oh, my fucking transport fleet was still in there.
Goodbye, transports, I guess.
It's a goodbye because fucking. Yeah, let's see.
Hello, transports, I guess.
I got the planet knocker. Let's knock some shit.
The IRC. The IIRC? What? Oh, there's only one rule in the test game. That was no more than 3-player alliances. Or new with 3-player allies. Fuck. Right. Yeah, cause how the fuck? Cause hmm. Cause like I guess maybe with this patch it's different, but cause Stellaris used to be a game where uh there's like no in it's if you're like a weak empire like there's not a lot you can do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like with the economy situation there might be a lot more you can do, so it might be a bit different. But warfare is like fucking like it's hard to get to the situation where you really want to just like throw your weight around because like fuck like who wants to like fighting is so detrimental unless you're like already like the strongest. Anyway, well, do you mind if we actually call it here for now? Because I'm getting really tired actually. Like,
Play hour like an hour and a half anyways.
all right. Because I've literally just been sitting. I've literally just been like for the last like 10 years. I've just been kind of sitting and I'm just looking at the screen, being like, "Yep. Do you want to go to war? Nope."
Yeah, I mean,